Yeah, this is a real sad story. Like the more you look into it, it's actually like David Tour, bro. It's really sad. Jonah Lomu had this lawyer named Christopher Robert Darlow, and he wrote in his will, Jonah Lomu's will, that I leave my shares in my company Styles Limited and I think it's Wesley Holdings.
Yeah.
I leave my shares to my lawyer Christopher Robert Darlow. And you know, when he dies in 2015, the lawyer says, look, he had nothing. You know, he had nothing. He's pretty much broke. He came out and said that. And then you look into it, and Styles Limited actually has an apartment registered under its name worth $800,000.
Whoa.
Yeah. And also under that name, the trademarks for Jonah Lomu's name and his image, his intellectual property has been registered under that company, which is why he's now given the permission to the film company, right? And he's been granted $800,000 because it's fucking valuable, isn't it? See, this guy knows that shit. Now, you see, those assets were not in Jonah Lomu's name. That's why he can say Jonah Lomu had nothing. Because Jonah Lomu, it was put under the company's name that Jonah Lomu gave the shareholding to him.
Interesting.
And you know what fucked up thing about it is this lawyer specializes in insolvency law. So he specializes when businesses go solvent. He knows how to take the shit.
So he's not like what would you call it, entertainment lawyer or?
No, he does trusts and insolvency. Trust is like wills. Okay. And Nadine was brilliant. She goes, you know, if this lawyer's been with Jonah the whole time, why didn't he set up a trust for Jonah's kids to protect all that money? And furthermore, this isn't just a lawyer. He specializes in trusts. He could have fucking made a trust.
The first thing in your mind would be, let's look after your kids.
Let's look after Jonah. Jonah is this money-making, amazing entity. I love him, you know? Or even just you don't love him. Because you're getting paid as a lawyer anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, this is best for you, Jonah. Set up a trust for your kids and that. Don't worry, I'm a trust lawyer. You know, if you go and search his name in the company's office, he's associated with over 131 companies. And you click on all the names, and Jonah's 2 companies are in it as well. Like, this guy is a fucking dodgy. And as a lawyer myself, I could get in trouble for this, but he's a piece of shit. I suggest to investigate him, and all that is you can make any complaint. You can handwrite the complaint, and the New Zealand Law Society will investigate him because he has acted in conflict. It looks like he's acted in conflict, you know, so it looks like he was the one who did the will. Okay, I don't know who did the will, but if he's the long-term lawyer for Jonah Lomu, then he probably did the will, and he's made it so he benefits from the will. That's a conflict of interest. Okay, he should have acted professionally, made sure the beneficiaries who get the benefit of the will, which is Nadine and the children, they should really have the right to the trademark.
Absolutely.
Right? That's just common sense to us, right? Because, you know, we're close with our families. This guy made it so upon death, he gets the shares.
It's untouchable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what happened is Nadine, you know, and it's really sad because she's got a bit of a reputation. Everyone's like, oh, she just was in it for the money.
Well,
and
see,
all
this
that
is
shit.
the thing, because when she brought us to kind of the forefront many years ago, that was the reaction to her. Oh, she's just a money grubbing.
Right.
And if I'm being honest, like, I was of that notion until you just come schooled me right here.
But there's more. So we were of that notion because there was some media coming out of all of that as well. But, you know, hearing the interview at the end, she goes, look, I never wanted to say this, but because I wanted to protect Jonah. But the truth is, when I met Jonah, he only had the bag on his back. Like, he was pretty much broke. Like, he didn't have much. She herself had created a trust when she was younger, right? And put a property in that for her children. And the good thing about trust, and all rugby players should be looking into trust with all your money, is that when you and your partner divorce or whatever, then no one can touch it. Okay, that's for the beneficiaries, for your kids or whoever you put as a beneficiary. Jonah had just divorced, and divorce means you lose 50%, and that was Jonah's second, right? Yeah, so she also said, where's his 50% from that marriage? Now that fucking lawyer should have done that, right? Yeah, so he came with nothing. Where was his 50% entitlement to that relationship property? But he had nothing. Okay, so it's unbelievable what this is about. So Jonah dies in 2016. The lawyer says he has nothing. He's got nothing. Well, there's nothing in his name, but he does have something in the company's name, which he now has the shares to the company. Okay, so in 2016, right? And I think as a former wife, like, I mean, as a widow, you'll look at that, right? This is Jonah. Where's his stuff gone? Doesn't make sense. Okay, so in 2017, she signs an agreement where if she wants to use the image or Jonah's name, she has to get his permission. All right, and
The lawyer.
Yep. And she says that she was under duress. You know, the economic situation, all of this stuff.
2 kids by herself.
Yeah, 2 kids by herself, and everything I believe is legit. Like, of course she'll be under duress. Like, where the fuck is this shit? And if she's looking around like she is, she's got reason to not like this situation. You know, it's bullshit. How the fuck is he getting the shares to everything? You know, upon death. Anyway, so she signs that, and then she starts registering some trademarks in, I think it was 2021. Yeah, she starts registering like Jonah Lomu jewelry or Lomu jewelry and some other stuff like care products, and one of them is video and media. Yeah, so when this comes up in 2023 about a new documentary, that's when she comes in. No, I've registered these trademarks, Jonah, and that's when he steps in and says, no, I own that solely. You know, I'm the one who owns Jonah's name and his image. The fucking lawyer, okay, who should have set up a trust so the kids and the widow own the name, because these kids' surname is fucking Lomu. Are you serious? Okay, so, but I think what happened was, just after when Jonah died, there was news that she went and changed the shareholdings in the company, like tried to put herself in. Yeah, which is what she did. She made herself 50% of Styles, I think, and she tried to get, like, she actually changed the shareholding, put herself in it. And then the lawyer writes to the company, no, take her off. I am the sole shareholder and all of that shit. Okay, so I can see why she did that. I completely understand why she did that.
Protect herself and to make sure that she's in.
Protect the kids as well, man.
Yeah.
You know, and so now, from the death 2016 to now 2024, you know, that's 8 years. These kids were 6, now they're 14. And she's been feeding them every day, clothing them every day, hugging them, making sure they're safe, waking them up in the morning, tucking them to sleep. All that care for Jonah Lomu's children. This guy hasn't done shit. And yet he controls his image, his name. He owns the Jonah Lomu intellectual property. That's what IPONs have said. Intellectual Property Office, New Zealand, right? Yeah, so they've come out and said that. And it's fucking bullshit, bro. It's horrendous, man. He should be investigated because he's completely acted in conflict. If he is the one who did the will, that's complete conflict of interest. And there are reasons. And you know what's funny though? So you complain to the New Zealand Law Society. He used to be like I think chairman or something
on the board.
On the board, like right up there in New Zealand Law Society. This dude's got like order of merit shit, bro.
Oh, true.
Yeah, but who gives a fuck? The law applies to everybody, including him. You know, and you can see that this is fucking bullshit, man. Like all of this. The will, and Jonah even says it in his will, is for the benefit of his children, right? So this documentary, the $800,000 should be still for the benefit of them. Okay, so most of it should be going for them. And if we ask people, right, let's take Nadine out of it, right? anyone who loves Jonah will naturally love and respect those children.
Yeah.
Right? That's his legacy of those kids. And you cannot love and respect the kids without loving and respecting the caregiver of the kids. Okay? Because that affects the care to the kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, you always got to care for the caregiver. If you love your parents, you look after that caregiver who's there with them all day. Right? So, like, she's important to this regardless. Even if you try to skip her out and you just want to care for the kids, she's the one who's been doing it the last 8 years by herself. Every fucking second. And being a parent, I know every second counts. You know, so it's unbelievable. Even for us, it's just so simple. How the fuck can this Palangi own the name and the image of Jonah exclusively without them, you know, without any say from the wife and the 2 kids who have the name, who have his DNA? It's insane, bro.